What's up guys, this build setup is easy to use and provides a crazy amount of healing combined with a high damage output. In this build, you'll be running around with the glaive and destroying anything in your path while rocking an overshield. This build gives you the ability to give your team overshields and heal them from multiple sources, so if you want to be an asset to your team, this is the build you need to be rocking. The damage boost you'll be getting from Centoceps combined with the ability to weaken any target from your grenade makes this build perfect for any content, since this build revolves around a legendary glaive. You can also optimize your loadout to use whatever you want to get the content done. So stay tuned and we'll jump straight into the build setup. For the super, we will be rocking Bubble, Ward of Dawn. So different times, if you're not able to consistently keep your healing going, just drop your bubble down and you'll be able to kill enemies inside of your bubble. And with the 20% damage increase you're getting from your bubble combined with Centoceps, you should be able to destroy anything in your path. So stick with Ward of Dawn. The other super you can rock, which I don't recommend, is Sentinel Shield. Sentinel Shield is mostly for added clear, but you're getting plenty of added clear right now by just using your glaive combined with Centoceps, and you're making everything volatile in front of you. For your class ability, we're going to be using Rally Barricade. We want to spam our class ability consistently, and with Rally Barricade we're able to get an overshield, so we're using that over Towering Barricade just because we like the reload speed and we like to be able to just keep on spamming, and we don't want to be hindered just by that big barricade, the Towering Barricade, and it's a shorter cooldown. For the melee, we're going to go with Shield Throw. The reason why I like Shield Throw over Shield Bash is because you can easily swap to a different weapon, your primary weapon, since you are using a glaive. And once you throw your shield throw, whatever enemy hits will make it volatile, and that's going to give you another way to heal yourself with this build and heal your allies. So we're going to be picking up shield throw instead of shield bash, just to give us that little extra range and another way to heal ourselves. For the grenade of choice, we will be rocking Vortex Grenade. Vortex Grenade is by far the best grenade on the Void subclass right now, so we're picking that up, and we're going to combine that with the two aspects. The two aspects are what is really what's going to make the build pop. We're going to be using Controlled Demolitionist, so anytime we hit a target with our shield throw or our board grenade, we're going to make them volatile, and once they explode, we're going to be gaining healing from that volatile explosion. So you and any nearby ally will be getting health back, health regeneration, whenever you defeat those volatile enemies. We're going to be combining Controlled Demolitionist with Bastion. Bastion is going to grant us an overshield whenever we stand behind our barricade, and that overshield would consistently be slowly regenerating every time you take damage. So it might not seem like it, but your overshield will regenerate. It just takes time and it's very slow, so have a little bit of patience. For the fragments, we are going to be rocking Echo of Undermining, Echo of Leeching, and Echo of Instability in this build. You can swap it around and change it out for different fragments depending on what you're doing, but these are the fragments we're rocking for the build. We're rocking Echo of Undermining just so that our board grenade now weakens targets and it makes them volatile. So while they are getting weakened, you can just charge right in with your glaive and just start hitting those targets, because you are going to be rocking Centoceps with a legendary glaive. So you do want to make those targets weakened. The second aspect is Void of Legion. Anytime we get a melee final blow with our glaive, because this actually does count for your glaives as well, anytime we get a kill, we're going to start regenerating our health. So in the next 2 to 3 seconds after getting the kill, that's when your health regeneration kicks in. So for lower end content, you kill an enemy, you dip into cover, your health starts regenerating. The next thing we do have will be Echo of Instability. I picked this up because I'm not rocking the new solar glaive. I'm rocking a void glaive, one of the older glaives that I crafted. So anytime we defeat a target with our grenade, we're going to grant volatile rounds to our void weapons. So this is just another way to grant healing for you and your team. So whenever you defeat an enemy, whenever you throw your void grenade out, it's going to weaken the target. Once it weakens that target, it's going to be volatile. If it defeats that target, it's going to grant volatile rounds to your void weapons. And since we're rocking a glaive, all we need to do if you're struggling to heal yourself is just jump up and shoot an enemy with your void glaive, and then that is going to make them volatile, and you're going to get health back from defeating that volatile enemy. So you're kind of starting to see that anything you pretty much do will give you health back. You want to the way you want to play this build is you want to throw your grenade down, so you're going to be able to weaken the targets and you're going to make them volatile. And once you make those enemies volatile, you charge it with your glaive with the buff from Centoceps, and you're going to start hitting those enemies very, very hard. Once you start hitting those enemies, you're going to gain health back because you're rocking Echo of Leeching. And if you defeat those targets with a grenade, then that means that every time you shoot your glaive, it's going to actually give you health back if you defeat that target, because you're going to be making it volatile. So the glaive you are rocking in this build will be the Enigma, and the reason we're rocking it is because it is a void glaive, and I do have it crafted. The The other thing, which is a priority of this build, will be Synthocept. Synthocept gives a 200% increase to your damage, which extends to your glaive when you're in proximity of 3 or more enemies. So that's why we're combining the Synthocept with a weakened grenade with our glaive. So we're just charging in and we're hitting enemies and we're healing every time we get a kill, anytime we hit an enemy if they're volatile. Now, to add on to the build, we're going to be using elemental mods, and these are the elemental mods I'm currently rocking. We're gonna be rocking Firepower, Elemental Charge, Reaping Wellmaker, Firepower again, and then Bountiful Wells. So to break that down, we need to spawn our elemental wells. So to spawn our elemental wells, we're going to be using Reaping Wellmaker. Reaping Wellmaker means that anytime we activate our class ability, so our Rally Barricade, our next weapon Final Blow spawns a Void Elemental Well. For this setup, we need to be rocking 100% Resilience and 100 Discipline. So 100 Resilience, 100 Discipline. If you can't get 100, then try to just build into straight 100 Resilience. So we're going to be getting our Rally Barricade every 30 seconds. So once you drop it, Rally Barricade down, the next Final Blow you get from your glaive, since you're getting a 200% damage increase, will give you a Void Elemental Well. Once you spawn that Void Elemental Well, we're going to be rocking Elemental Charge. So once you pick up that Elemental Well, you're going to become charged with light, and you can gain up to 2 stacks of Charge with Light. Once you are charged with light, we have 2 Firepower mods. So the 2 Firepower mods mean while you are charged with light, you're going to regain a portion of your grenade energy. You can stack this together so the mod is more effective. So that's why we have 2 other Firepower mods. And then the last mod we do have will be Bountiful Wells combined with Passive Aggressive Guard. So this is one of the seasonal artifact mods that you need to be rocking, so you receive less damage from combatants that are close to you while you're wielding a glaive. So you have another extra damage resistance. And for Bountiful Wells mean anytime you do defeat a target that spawns, anytime you spawn an elemental well, it's not going to spawn 1, it's going to spawn 2. So you're going to automatically cap out at 2 elemental charges. And the way we are spawning our Void Elemental Wells is by Well of Utility. And that's pretty much it for the build. The way I play this build is I throw my grenade down, I make the targets weakened, and I make them volatile because we're using controlled demolition. Once they're volatile, I charge in with my glaive and I start hitting all the enemies in sight. Like, you're gonna watch these enemies just get completely destroyed. They don't stand a chance with this 200% damage increase, and we're weakening them, so we're applying a buff and a debuff completely by yourself. So just throw your grenade down, make them volatile, charge in with your glaive, start hitting them with your glaive. After you're hitting them with your glaive, if you need an extra damage buff, drop down your bubble, and now you're gonna get a 20% damage buff. And that's it for the build, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.